Well, welcome back, everyone, to my Out of the Park Baseball 1949 season replay. Thank you for joining me for this session. So, today is June 30th, and I'm going to sim some games, and then we will feature the Cincinnati Reds and the Pittsburgh Pirates. So, on the schedule that day, New York was at Boston. Vic Raschi versus Mel Parnell, and in that game, the Yankees win it 10-1. Joe DiMaggio, back in the Yankee lineup after missing the first part of the season, hits 2 home runs for the Pinstripers. That gives him 3 on the year, and he is named the player of the game. Vic Raschi gets the win. He's now 10-6. Mel Parnell takes the loss. He is now 8-5. Detroit was at Cleveland. Art Howdeman on the mound for the Tigers. Early win on the mound for the Indians. And Detroit wins it 6-4. No homers in the game. Howdeman with the win. He wins his first game of the season, now 1-6. Early win takes the loss, 3-4. Howdeman is named player of the game. Philadelphia in first place in the American League is at Washington, and Washington puts a thumping on Philadelphia 14-6, banging out 16 hits in this one. The winning pitcher in this game is Lloyd Hiddle. He is now 1-1, and Bubba Harris takes the loss. He is now 2-2. Gil Cone gets player of the game honors, and there were no homers in this contest. In the first game of a doubleheader in the Polo Grounds, the Braves faced the Giants. Bill Brazill on the mound for the Braves. The Giants counter with Hank Bierman. And the Braves put a shellacking on the Giants, 12-4, banging out 13 hits. Mickey Livingston hits his 4th homer for the Braves, and his counterpart catcher for the Giants, Wes Westrom, hits his 2nd home run for the Giants. Bill Brazill gets the win, 5-2. Hank Bierman takes the loss. He is now 3-3. Nels Potter with the save, and that is his 9th save of the season. Player of the game honors go to Mickey Livingston. Brooklyn was at Philadelphia. Joe Hatton on the mound for the Dodgers. Ken Heinzelman on the mound for the Phillies. And the Phillies defeat the Dodgers 4-1 with 10 hits. Del Ennis hits his 12th home run for the Phillies. Stan Lapata hits his 3rd home run for the Phillies. Heinzelman gets the win. He is now 3-10. Hatton gets the loss, 5-6. Jim Constanti gets his 6th save, lowers his ERA to 1.96 as the Phillies upset the Dodgers. St. Louis hosts the Cubs with Bob Rush on the mound for the Cubs, Red Munger on the mound for the Cardinals. And Chicago beats St. Louis 7-1. So both leaders in the National League lose today. Nippy Jones hits his 5th home run for the Cardinals. As Rush gets the win, he's now 7-6. Munger takes the loss, 6-4. Player of the game honors go to Bob Rush. In the second game of the doubleheader at the Polo Grounds, Glenn Elliott is on the hill for the Braves and Sheldon Jones on the mound for the Giants. And the Braves sweep the doubleheader from the Giants 5-4, with Marv Rickert hitting his 6th home run for the Braves, Tommy Holmes hitting his 3rd. And for the Giants, Sid Gordon hits his 15th homer, Johnny Mize with his 7th. Glenn Elliott gets the win. He's now 1-3. Jones takes the loss, 9-5. Bob Hall gets the save, his third for the Braves, and Marv Ricker gets player of the game honors. So that takes care of the schedule. Performances of the day: Joe DiMaggio, 3 for 5 with 2 homers, 5 RBIs, and 3 runs scored in a 10-1 win over Boston. Tommy Holmes of the Braves in the doubleheader goes 4 for 9 with a homer and 5 ribbies, 2 runs scored as the Braves sweep the Giants. And Marv Rickard of the Braves, 4 for 9 in the doubleheader, a double, a homer, 3 RBIs, 3 runs scored in that sweep. All right, so let's go to Forbes Field for the Reds and the Pirates. Pittsburgh hosting the Pirates today with Cliff Chambers on the mound, 1-2, to face Howie Fox, 3-9. So let's go to the ballpark and get this game underway. Here's your lineups for the Reds. Beginning with the Reds, Harry Walker is going to lead off and play center field. Bobby Adams will bat second and play second. Peanuts Lowry will be the left fielder hitting third. Walker Cooper will be behind the plate batting cleanup. Virgil Stallcup will be the shortstop hitting fifth. Danny Litweiler will be the right fielder hitting sixth. Jimmy Bloodworth will be at first base today batting seventh. Grady Hatton will be the third baseman batting eighth. And Howie Fox will be on the mound batting ninth. For Pittsburgh, Pete Castiglione will be the third baseman and leadoff. Johnny Hopp will play first base and hit second. Dino Restelli gets the start in center field hitting third. Ralph Kiner, the home run leader, batting cleanup hitting fourth. Wally Westlake will be in right field hitting fifth. Monty Baskell will be the second baseman hitting sixth. Stan Rojek will be the shortstop batting seventh. Clyde McCullough will catch and hit eighth. Cliff Chambers will be on the mound. So let's get this one underway. From Forbes Field in Pittsburgh, it's the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Cincinnati Reds. Pittsburgh lines up with Kiner in left, Restelli at center, Westlake in right, Castiglione at third, Rojek at short, Baskell at second, Hopp at first, McCullough catching, Chambers pitching. So here's Harry Walker to lead it off for the Reds. Walker hitting .260 with a homer and 15 runs batted in. And on a 1-0 pitch, Walker pops up to the third baseman, Castiglione, and that'll be the first out. And here's Bobby Adams. Adams hitting .267, no homers, 6 runs batted in, getting a start today at second base. Chambers against Adams, 2-1 pitch from Cliff Chambers, and Adams is going to hit this one to deep left, but Kiner backs up for it and makes the play for the second out. Here's Peanuts Lowry. Lowry hitting .286 with 4 homers, 15 runs batted in. The 0-1 pitch from Chambers, and Lowry hits it to center field. But Restelli is going to be there to make the catch for the final out. So Reds go down 1-2-3 in the first, and the Pirates bring up Pete Castiglione playing third base today. He is hitting .217 with no homers and 8 runs batted in. Howie Fox 3-9 with a 7.14 earned run average. I'll give you Chambers stats in the next inning. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Howie Fox to Pete Castiglione. And Castiglione is going to pop it up, and under it is the catcher Walker Cooper for first out. Here's Johnny Hopp. Hopp hitting .314, no homers, 10 runs batted in. Longtime Cardinal. Here's Hopp, and Hopp lines it to left field, but under it is Peanuts Lowry for the second out. Here is Dino Rastelli. Rastelli, 222, 4 homers, 9 runs batted in. I must confess I do not recall this name in my memory bank. So a full count to Rastelli. And here's the pitch, and Rastelli is going to hit it to right. However, Litweiler had him shaded over a little bit towards center field and makes the play. So we go to the top of the second with the Reds bringing up Walker Cooper, Virgil Stalcup, and Danny Litweiler. Here's Cooper, 220 on the season, 4 homers, 23 runs batted in, and Walker Cooper is going to hit it right out to left field to Ralph Kiner for the first out. Here's Stalcup. Stalcup hitting 247, homer, 18 runs batted in. Cliff Chambers pitches, and that ball's hit the center, and Rastelli is under it to make the play for 2 outs. Chambers, by the way, 1-2 on the season with a 5.02 earned run average. Here's Danny Whitline on the right fielder, 322 on the season. He is the leader in the lineup today, anyway. 5 homers, 24 runs batted in. 3-0 count to Litweiler, and he's going to take a ball 4. And the Reds get their first run of the game on for Jimmy Bloodworth. Bloodworth playing first base today, hitting 243 with 4 homers, 20 runs batted in. Bloodworth will end up with the Phillies, I believe, next season. And so that's a fly ball to left field, and Ralph Kiner has it for the third out. So we move to the bottom of the second with Kiner, who just made the last out up. Kiner is hitting 325, 22 homers to lead the league. He's third in the league in RBIs with 56. Here is a full count from Howie Fox to Ralph Kiner, and Kiner is going to hit a little pop-up to second base, and Bobby Adams is going to have that one for the first out. Wally Westlake now up. Westlake hitting 230, 6 homers, 29 runs batted in. Fox checks on an 0-2 pitch to Wally Westlake, and Westlake is going to lay it out to Bobby Adams for the second out. And here's Monty Baskell playing second base today. Baskell hitting an even 200, no homers, 8 runs batted in. 0-0 pitch to Baskell, and that's a pop-up. And Cooper goes down the line to make the play for the final out. So we move to the top of the third with the Reds bringing up Grady Hatton to be followed by Howie Fox and Harry Walker. Hatton is hitting 272 with 3 homers, 19 runs batted in. Left-handed batter. Hatton gets the first base hit of the game for the Cincinnati Reds. A liner to center field. Hatton is safe at first. Here's Howie Fox, 172 in the season at the plate with 3 runs batted in. Looking for the bunt. Fox takes it. He takes a called third strike on a 3-2 pitch. And Chambers records his first K of the game. So here's the leadoff hitter, Harry the Hat Walker. Walker is 0 for 1. Hatton down at third, 1 out, Harry Walker. Walker is going to take an inside pitch on a 3-2 count for a walk. And that puts runners at first and second with 1 out for Bobby Adams. Adams 0 for 1. Adams with a 3-0 pitch, and that's another walk. So Chambers has now walked 3 men in this inning. So here's Peanuts Lowry with the bases loaded and 1 man out. 0 for 1 on the day. Lowry with a 3-2 pitch, grounded to short, over to second to get the force out, but a run is going to score, and the Reds take the lead 1-0. So they now have runners at first and third with 2 men out for the veteran Walker Cooper. Cooper 0 for 1, now hitting 219. Full count again to Cooper, and Cooper lines one out to center field, but Rastelli is going to back up to that one and make the play for the third out. But the Reds strike first with a run. They leave 2 on. We move to the bottom of the third with the Reds up 1-0. Stan Rojek is the shortstop, leading off for the Pirates. He is hitting .264 with a homer, 16 runs batted in. Fox pitches, and Rojek lines it out to right field, and that ball will be caught by Litweiler for first out. Here's Clyde McCullough. McCullough hitting .233, a homer and 12 runs batted in. 0-0 pitch, and McCullough is going to line one over the second baseman's head for a solid single. And McCullough is the first Pirate with a hit in this game. So here's Cliff Chambers. Chambers, 2 out of 8 with no RBIs, no homers. So here's Chambers, and Chambers takes an inside pitch for a ball and a 3-2 count, and that's going to put 2 men on. Fox has now thrown 39 pitches in this game, and we're in the third inning. So we have Pete Castiglione up. Pete is 0 for 1, now hitting .216, 2 on, 1 out. Castiglione to the shortstop, over to second, over to first, 6-4-3 double play. And that went Stallcup to Adams, over to Bloodworth, and the rally for the Pirates dies in the third inning. So we move to the fourth. 1-0 Cincinnati. Virgil Stallcup leads off. He is 0 for 1 on the day. Stallcup rips it to center, but Rastelli is right there to make the play for the first out. Here is Danny Litweiler. Litweiler walked his last time up. And he has a full count again on Litweiler, and Litweiler's going to get another free pass to first base. That's his second walk of the day. Here's Bloodworth. Bloodworth 0 for 1. Winding the pitch, and Bloodworth lines out to center field. Rastelli with another play for the second out. And here's Grady Hatton. Hatton got a hit his last time up. 275 now on the season. Here's Chambers looking in on a 1-0 pitch, and Hatton shoots it down first base right on the line. And Johnny Hop picks it up to make the play, and that retires the side. Move now to the bottom of the fourth inning with Johnny Hop to lead it off, to be followed by Dino Rastelli and Ralph Kiner. So here's Hop, 0 for 1 on the day, hitting .311. Johnny Hop hits a fly ball to deep left field, and that ball is out of here. Lowry backed up on it to the ballpark and couldn't hold it. And Johnny Hop has his first homer of the day and first hit of the day. And now we have a tie game, 1-1. Here's Rastelli. Rastelli 0 for 1. Now hitting .218. Rastelli grounds it to short. Stallcup is going to throw it over to Bloodworth for the first out. Here's Ralph Kiner. Kiner 0 for 1. Winding the pitch to the strong right-handed hitter. And Kiner shoots one out to the shortstop, but Stallcup is up with it, makes the play for the ground out with 2 outs. And here's Wally Westlake. Westlake 0 for 1 playing right field. Howie Fox to Wally Westlake, and Westlake gets a walk. So now we have Bonnie Baskell on. Baskell 0 for 1 on the day. He's now hitting .197. Baskell is going to hit another one down to Stallcup. Takes it to the bag himself and beside the fourth. So we move away from the fourth into the fifth inning, and Pittsburgh is tied this game with Cincinnati 1-1. Howie Fox is at the plate. 0-2 pitch to Howie Fox, and here it comes, and Fox pops it up. This ball is going to be caught by Monty Baskell for the first out. Here's the leadoff man up, Harry Walker. Walker 0 for 1 officially on the day. Walker, left-handed batter, and he's going to punch one over to the shortstop opposite with his batting hand, and Rojek takes care of business, and that's the second out. So here's Bobby Adams. Adams, 0 for 1 officially. Nothing. No count here to Adams. And Adams swings, and he rips it to center field in front of Dino Rostelli for a base hit. So Adams has his first hit of the day. And see if the Reds can put a two-out rally together for Peanuts Lowry. 0 for 2, but he does have an RBI on the ground out. So Pat Lowry shoots one, pushes one into right field for a base hit. Westlake is up with it. He's going to throw all the way down to third, but that's not going to be in time, and Lowry moves to second. So now we have Walker Cooper up with 2 on and 2 out as the Reds try to rally here. This is a 2-2 count to Walker Cooper, and Cooper swings and misses for a call first, right? And that ends the inning. Chambers gets out of a jam. He gets a second strikeout of the day, and we have a tie game 1-2-1. Great matchup here. Here's Stan Rojek to be followed by Clyde McCullough and Cliff Chambers. Rojek 0 for 1 on the day, playing shortstop. Here's Rojek on a 1-2 pitch. That ball is hit deep off of the fence over the head of Harry Walker. And Stan Rojek is in second base with a double. So here's McCullough. McCullough 1 for 1 on the day, catching today. And he rips it into left field for a base hit right past the first baseman. Rojek is going to be held up at third. And Clyde McCullough has his second hit of the day for the Pirates. So now we have Cliff Chambers up. This is an interesting situation, of course. First and third with nobody out. Let's see what the AI decides to do here. Cliff Chambers is going to swing away, and he takes ball 4, and that's going to load the bases up now for the Buccos. And Pete Castiglione is now up. Castiglione is 0 for 2 on the day. Bases loaded, 0-2 pitch, nobody out. Castiglione strikes out. And Fox gets his first strikeout of the day on the mound. So that brings up Johnny Hopp, dangerous hitter. Hopp 1 for 2 with a homer, opposite field and an RBI. 1-1, bases loaded, 2-2 pitch to Johnny Hopp. And Hopp is going to ground it to second, but there's only one play, and they get the leading runner at shortstop for the second out. But Johnny Hopp gets an RBI and a run scores, so now the Pirates will lead it 2-1. Hopp on first, taking the fielder's choice. Clyde McCullough at third, and Dino Rostelli is the center fielder. He is 0 for 2 in this game, and Rostelli hits a popper on the infield, and Bobby Adams has it for the third out. But the Pirates get a run, and they lead it 2-1. So we move to the top of the 6th with Virgil Stallcup to be followed by Danny Litweiler and Jimmy Bloodworth. Here's Stallcup, 0 for 2 on the day. Cliff Chambers has thrown 83 pitches in this game, and Stallcup is going to get a base hit to right field. He dunks one in the right field in front of the glove of Wally Westlake, and Virgil Stallcup is on. Here's Litweiler. Litweiler has no official plate appearances today. He's walked. Litweiler, ball right through first base of Johnny Hopp, and Stallcup is going to hold up at second. That is going to be ruled a single, even though it looked like he could have fielded it. And so the Reds have 2 on with nobody out, trying to get a rally here. Here's Bloodworth. Jimmy is 0 for 2 on the day. Nothing pitch, and Bloodworth lines to left, kind of is out there making the play for the first out. Here's Grady Hatton, third baseman. Hatton 1 for 2 on the day. 1-0 pitch to Hatton, left-handed batter, rips one up right past the second baseman for a base hit. And Virgil Stallcup will slow down at third base. And we still just have 1 out. Here's Howie Fox. They're going to let him hit. Sure, I agree with that if I was controlling the managing. But here's Fox. He's 0 for 2 today. And Fox is going to hit one to center field. That should be deep enough for a play where Stelly gets the ball in, short throw to behind the infield, doesn't attempt the throw, and the Reds tie the game up 2-2 on an RBI by Howie Fox. So now that moves us to the top of the order for Walker. Walker 0 for 2 officially on the day. First and second with 2 outs. Here's Harry Walker to face Cliff Chambers with a 3-1 count, and Walker, it rips one into right for a base hit. Westlake is up with it, coming home, and that throw is not going to be in time. Grady Hatton scores, and the Reds take the lead 3-2 as Harry Walker lands at second after the RBI single, his 16th of the year. So now we have Bobby Adams up. Adams is 1 for 2 on the day. 103 pitches now thrown by Cliff Chambers here in the 6th inning. So here's Adams, second and third with 2 outs, and Adams is going to rip one to center field for a base hit. That's going to score 2 runs, and the Reds all of a sudden have a 5-2 lead on an RBI single by Bobby Adams. Chambers is going to stay out there for Peanuts Lowry. Lowry with a 1 for 3 on the day with an RBI. 2 men out, a 5-2 eruption here for the Reds. And here's Lowry. Lowry with an 0-1 pitch. That ball is hit down to second base. Baskel is up with it and makes the play over to first for the third out. But not before, since he puts up 4 runs on the board and now leads it 5-2. So the Pirates are going to send up Ralph Kiner to be followed by Wally Westlake and then Monty Baskel. Kiner 0 for 2 on the day. 94 pitches now thrown by Fox. Here's a 2-2, and Kiner rips it to center. But that ball is caught by Harry Walker for the first out. Here's Wally Westlake. Westlake 0 for 1 officially. 2-0 pitch to Wally Westlake. Westlake grounds it down to third. And that's going to be Grady Hatton over to Jimmy Bloodworth for the second out. And here's Baskel. Baskel is 0 for 2 on the day. Second baseman, 1-0 pitch. Baskel with a sharp ball hit to third. And Hatton is up with it over to first for the final out. So we move to the top of the 7th inning with the Reds still up 5-2. Walker Cooper will lead it off. He is 0 for 3 on the day. Chambers still out there with 106 pitches thrown. Cooper's going to hit a ground ball down to the shortstop, Stan Rojek, and Cooper is retired 6-3. Here's Stallcup. Stallcup 1 for 3 on the day. 1-2 pitch coming to Stallcup. He swings and misses. Strike 3. So here's Litweiler, the right fielder. Litweiler 1 for 1 on the day with a couple of other on-base percentages. His LBP now is 423. Nothing on the count, but Litweiler lines one to right for his second hit of the day. Base hit. So here's Jimmy Bloodworth. Bloodworth 0 for 3 looking for his first safety. Here's Bloodworth with an 0-1 pitch. It's popped up to the first baseman, Johnny Hupp, and that retires the side for the Reds. We now move to the bottom of the 7th inning with Cincinnati still up 5-2. Howie Fox is still out there for the Cincinnati Reds to face Stan Rojek, Clyde McCullough, and Chambers. 1-0 pitch, ground ball for second. That ball is over to first as Adams picks it up and throws it over to Bloodworth for the first out. So here's Clyde McCullough. McCullough is 2 for 2 on the day. He's raised his batting average to 246. Fox still out there. 106 pitches thrown. Here's McCullough. And McCullough swings and misses for a called third strike. That's the that's the second strikeout of the day from Howie Fox. So we are going to have a pinch hitter for the Pirates. And that will look like Eddie Bachman is going to pinch hit. Now Bachman is hitting 247 with 4 homers and 22 runs batted in. So a 3-1 count to Eddie Bachman, and Bachman is going to hit a ground ball down at the shortstop. Stallcup over to Bloodworth, and that retires the side. So we move now to the top of the 8th. Cincinnati with a commanding 5-2 lead. Here's Grady Hatton. Hatton is 2 for 3. And Rip Sewell is now on the mound for the Buccos. Here's the line on Sewell. Sewell is 4 and 4 with a very healthy 2.73 earned run average. So here's Hatton to lead it off. Grady is 2 for 3 on the day. He's now up to 277. Left-handed hitter. Hatton. He takes it and he rips it to the opposite field and left field for a base hit. Kiner is up with it. Gets the ball back in. So Rip Sewell gets up his first hit. And now we will see. They're going to leave Howie Fox in there. Okay. Fox is 0 for 2 today, but he has an RBI. And that's a pop-up. And let's see who's going to get it. That is going to be the shortstop, Virgil Stallcup, for the second out. Here's Harry Walker, leadoff hitter. Walker finally got a hit in the last inning. He's now 1 out of 3 with an RBI. Runner on first, 1 out. Walker up to face. And Walker's going to hit a line drive down the right field line. Bounces off the wall. Runners are moving around. It looks like they're going to stop at second, third. So Grady Hatton is at third. Harry Walker hits his 9th double of the season. Needs to get out of a little bit of that funk. So here's Bobby Adams. Adams is 2 for 3 on the day and 2 RBIs. He's had a very, very good day today. And here's Sewell with an 0-1 pitch to Bobby Adams. And Adams is going to hit ground ball down to shortstop. The throw is going to come home. And the Reds do score a run. It's now 6-2. Harry Walker is at third and Bobby Adams is at first. There's Peanuts Lowry. Lowry 1 for 4 with an RBI to face Rip Sewell. Nothing on the pitch count. Ground ball. Second to shortstop. The first. That went Adams to Stallcup to Bloodworth. I'm sorry. I beg your pardon. That went, it's getting late. That went Basgall to Rojek over to Hop. Okay. We move to the bottom of the 8th inning. Cincinnati up 6-2. Sorry for the faux pas there, folks. But here's Pete Castiglione to lead it off for the Pirates. Castiglione 0 for 3. Howie Fox is still out there. He's thrown 116 pitches, and he's going to miss this one ball 4. And here's Johnny Hop. Hop is 1 for 3 with a homer, 2 runs batted in. And Hop is going to rip it to center field for a base hit. That ball's going to be picked up by Harry Walker and thrown back in. So the Pirates have their first 2 runners on with nobody out for Rastelli. Rastelli is 0 for 3 on the day. Fox still out there, nobody out. Here's Rastelli, right-handed hitter. No hit, no count. And that ball's hit right field. And that ball's going to be caught by Dan Lipwine for the first out. So here is Ralph Kiner. Kiner 0 for 3 on the day. Let me get the sombrero. And it's a full count, and they walk Ralph Kiner. And that's Howie Fox's fifth walk of the day. So they're leaving him out there with one out and Wally Westlake up. Westlake 0 for 2 officially at the plate today. Average drops to 228. No count to Westlake. And Westlake is going to get it to shortstop. The play comes home, and the out is made 6-2. So we have Westlake at first, Kiner at second, Hop at third, and this is Monty Basgall up. Basgall 0 for 3 on the day now, hitting 192. And Basgall is going to hit one right back up the middle past second base for a base hit, and that is going to score 2 runs. And now the Pirates are behind 6-4. This game gets a little bit more interesting as Westlake comes through again. So here's Rojak. Rojak 1 for 3 on the day. Fox still out there, and Rojak lifts one to right, but Danny Litweiler is there. Runners, of course, were going on the snap of the bat, and that retires the side. But Pirates get 2 runs on 2 hits. It's now 6-4 as we move to the top of the ninth inning for Walker Cooper, the catcher. Cooper is 0 for 4 on the day. Let's see if Walker can get a hit. Here's Cooper, and Cooper shoots one down first base, but Johnny Hop is up there to make the play, 1 out. Virgil Stallcup now up 1 for 4 on the day. Here's the wind and the pitch from Sewell, and Stallcup grounds it to second. Over to the first for the second out. And now here's Danny Litweiler. Litweiler is 2 for 2 on the day. He's now hitting .333. 2 outs. Nobody on. Here's Litweiler. And that ball's going to get hit down to third. Hatton over the blood work for the third out of the game. So Harry Gumpert is going to be on the mound for the Cincinnati Reds. Gumpert's the line. He is 0-4 with a 7.09 earned run average. So the Pirates are down 6-4. They need 2 runs to tie it. They're hoping that Gumbert will come in and put out the fire. So here's Clyde McCullough, and we no doubt followed by a pinch hitter yet to be determined in the top of the order, Pete Castiglione. So McCullough is 2 for 3 on the day. He's had a great day at the plate, now hitting .244. Here's Gumbert. Checks the sign, 1-2 pitch to Clyde McCullough from the hands of Harry Gumpert, and that ball is shot down to first base, but that is going to be a quick out. And Dixie Walker, the brother of Harry Walker, in a Pirate uniform, is going to pinch hit for the pitcher Rip Sewell, as we are, of course, in the bottom of the ninth. Dixie is hitting .303. He has no homers, but 10 runs batted in. Gumbert on the mound to put out the fire, 1-2 pitch. And that ball's ripped to left field for a base hit. Lowry up with it, and there's life in the Pirates yet. So here's Castiglione. There's 1 out. Dixie Walker, with not such great speed anymore, is on first. And here's Castiglione. Castiglione is 0 for 3. Harry Gumbert on the mound with a 1-0 pitch to Pete Castiglione, and that ball softly tapped the shortstop. I think Castiglione is going to get an infield hit on that, as that ball died in the infield. So the Pirates have 2 men on with 1 out for Johnny Hop. Hop is now hitting .321. He is 2 for 4 on the day with a homer and 2 runs batted in. 1 out, 6-4 Reds in a thriller. Here's Hop again. 0-1 pitch to Johnny Hop, and Hop is going to slice one down the left field off to the left of the scoreboard. That's going to easily score at least 2 runs as Hop goes into third with a triple. And we have a tie ball game in the bottom of the ninth inning. 6-6 now. As Gumper gives up that base hit. And he's going to stay out there for Dino Restelli. Restelli 0 for 4 on the day. Let's see if he can make a contribution today here at the plate with Hop down at third and one man out. Restelli on a 1-0 pitch with the infield pulled in, and Restelli is going to pop it up, and that ball is going to be caught by Bloodworth for the second out. Ralph Kiner is now up. Kiner hitless 0 for 3. Gumbert out there to face a tough hitter in Ralph Kiner. 1-0 pitch, and they end up intentionally walking. So we now have runners at first and third with 2 outs. And Wally Westlake is up. Westlake has won the Sombrero 0 for 3 today. So here it is. 11 runs for the Reds, 9 runs for the Pirates. No miscues in this game. So Gumbert's still on the mound trying to get that last out to Wally Westlake. So here's Westlake with runners at first and third, and Westlake is going to rip one all the way down to the wall, and Pirates come back in the bottom of the ninth inning, and Westlake is credited with a double, and the Pirates come from behind, take advantage, and beat the Reds 7-6. Here are your totals. For Cincinnati, 6 runs on 11 hits, no errors, and they left 9 men on base. For Pittsburgh, 7 runs on 6 hits. 7 runs on 10 hits, no errors, and there were 8 men left on base. The Pirates got 2 runs in the 8th, 3 runs in the ninth to pull ahead for the 7-6 victory. Rip Sewell gets the win out of the bullpen. He is now 5-4, and Harry Gumper gets a blown save, his third, and 0-5 at the chair as well. Well, anyway, I'll have this game put up on YouTube uh, shortly. But thanks again for joining me, everyone. And I look forward to being back with you next time real soon. Bye now.